What's up YouTube? Today I wanted to make a quick video about what's in my camera bag in 2022. It's a new year, got some new gear, and I kind of want to get into it here on this channel. If you don't know me, I am a street photographer based out of Washington DC, Baltimore area, and yeah, I'm a street photographer and I guess a YouTuber, so I can't be a YouTuber without making one of these videos. Let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. The first hallmark of a what's in my camera bag video, it can't be a good what's in my camera bag video if you don't talk about the camera bags. The first bag I want to talk about is my everyday bag. It is actually a camera bag, although I don't use it like that. This bag is what I use for work and for travel primarily, and that bag is the Wandered Provoke 31 liters. I got this bag for my birthday from my girlfriend, shout out, boo. What originally drew me to it was there's not a lot of camera bags that can fit my bulky 16-inch laptop. On top of that, it's got tons of storage, it's got a roll top so I can fit more in it. I usually pack one of my other bags inside instead of having a camera cube, and then I pack other stuff on top of it. So if I'm going to work and I'm planning on getting out to shoot later, then I'll bring my street photography gear in here, and then when I'm actually going out to shoot, I'll take that bag out and wear that and leave this in the car. I'm super happy with it, and yeah, it suits my needs perfectly. Now when I'm on the street, I like to be, my main concern is I like to be small and I like to be fast. I really hate things getting in my way. I'm one of those people that's like, I don't want to say clumsy, but like my pocket always gets stuck on doorknobs and shit. So I need to be as fast as I can, and I need there to be nothing in my way. So my go-to bag for street photography is usually a sling bag, and I have two that I kind of interchange. This is the Peak Design Everyday Sling 6 liters, and I like this bag. It's got a nice profile. You can fit so much stuff in here, which is awesome. It's great because it's weatherproofed, so if it's a rainy day or a drizzle, I'll usually bring this bag. Definitely has its purposes, but the downside to this bag, I would say, is its appearance is a little bulky. Not the coolest looking bag. My favorite of my street photography bags has to be the, I don't actually know what model it is. It's a Donkey 5-liter sling, and same kind of deal, just a sling bag. But I really like this one because of the flap, so I can leave it unzipped and then just have it closed via flap. It makes it super quick to get a camera out. It's got a much nicer looking profile to it. It's more of a canvas vibe, and it doesn't really look like a camera bag compared to the other sling bag, so that's why this is my go-to camera bag. To be honest, to me, that's the boring part. I much prefer to talk about this stuff over here. So today I'm going to talk about 5 cameras that I use. I use 3 digital cameras for stills, I use 1 film camera, and then I have a camera that is specifically for YouTube videography. So the first camera I want to talk about is this guy right here, the Fujifilm X-E4. I bought this camera in the summer of 2021. And at the time I was shooting Nikon. I had a Nikon Z6. I really wanted like a B cam, a second camera for my Z6. I wanted to be able to use for video, but I also wanted to be able to bring it on the street with me and have something more compact and a little more sleek. And so the X-E4 was the no-brainer choice. So I bought this as a B cam for my Nikon, and I genuinely don't believe that I used my Nikon once after I got this. I mean, I was just like blown away by the ergonomics of using this camera. It just felt right being able to switch these dials physically. The look of it, like that's a fit right there. Look at that. That's a fit. To me, I don't think that there's another camera on the market that is as powerful in as small of a package for such a good price as the Fujifilm X-E4. So this is really like my star camera. I use this for street photography, but I really use it on an everyday basis. Wherever I go, I like to bring this camera with me. It's so small, so really I could not be more happy with this camera. That being said, there were some things that I kind of felt like I was missing from the Fujifilm X-E4. The biggest thing for me was weather sealing. I am a street photographer, but I love to travel. I love to go out on hikes and be in nature. The problem with owning a camera this beautiful is I really don't want to blemish it. I don't want to break it. I don't want to damage it, you know. I needed something that I could put through a little more work, and the camera I landed on is the X-Pro2. So the X-Pro2 is my workhorse camera. This is the camera I'm using most often, especially on the street. It's still small, it's still beautiful, it's still practical, but it definitely feels a lot more solid, a lot more durable. If I'm in any situation where I'm worried about the weather, or I'm worried about dust or dirt or sand, I'm gonna go with the X-Pro2 just to be on the safer side. Still get a very similar experience to the X-E4, but that way I know my camera's gonna be safe. The next of my 3 digital cameras is one that I picked up. I bought this camera on a whim. I saw it on eBay and I was really intrigued by it. A camera which you've probably never heard of, and that's the Lumix LX5. This camera is a point and shoot from Panasonic and 24 to 90 millimeter Leica lens, which is what initially drew me to it. I saw the word Leica on it and I knew I needed to try it out. Is a really small sensor, which obviously has its downsides, but it actually has a really cool and unique look to it. I always say that this sensor just looks exactly like film to me. It's definitely got its flaws. You don't want to use this camera in any low light at all. Really direct sunlight is pretty much all you want to use this for. It has a lot of strengths. I'm not going to touch on the specs too much because I actually want to make a long-term review. All around, this camera is really great for getting a unique look. It's just a fun camera to use. Look at this. Look at that camera. That's beautiful. Alright, next up is the film camera. My film camera of choice is the Olympus XA2. It is a small point and shoot. The reason I love this camera is pretty much because it's tiny. For a long time I was using a Olympus point and shoot. I really wanted to find something that was smaller and had a sharper lens, and the Olympus XA really just fits the bill. I don't shoot film on the streets at all. I don't have money like that, so my film camera is mostly for like intimate moments, family moments, or if I'm going on a trip. So this is my film camera of choice for 2022. Last camera I have to talk about today is my video camera, YouTube camera. So this is a DJI Osmo Pocket 2. I was using a GoPro for a while, but I really was turned off by the fact that it was just such shaky footage. And this camera, as you can see, is on a gimbal. It's super stable footage, and it just makes my life so much easier. The way that I use it is by attaching it to this, which is essentially a clip that goes on my camera strap on my chest, and this sits in it and records as I walk. And the results have been really good so far. I have absolutely no complaints. So yeah, this has been a big improvement over the GoPro Hero 5, and hopefully will be a really big boost to the channel and making better videos for you guys. So that is my video camera. Next up, I want to touch on the lenses that I'm using in 2022. The first and most important lens that I use is the 18mm f2 lens. I'm a 28 shooter, always have been. It's just how I see the world, so I love that it's a pancake lens, and that just makes it super useful on the street. It's very small, not very noticeable, especially on the Fujifilm X-E4. It's a really compact package. Next up, we have the 35mm f2 lens. I think 28 and 50 full frame equivalents is a great pairing. I love the look of this lens. I have, for example, my Voigtlander lens here, and as you can see, they have very similar looks. So the 35 f2 really nailed it on the classic design, and it's weather sealed, which is again really important to me. So 35 f2 is the newest lens in my lineup, but so far I've been really pleased with it. Next up is this, the TT Artisan's 50mm f1.2 lens. This is in my lineup mostly because I cannot afford the 56-1.2 from Fuji because I'm broke. The quality that you get from this, especially wide open, for the price that I paid for it, which I bought it new and I'm pretty sure it was less than $120, maybe even cheaper than that. It's just a great bargain. There's no reason not to own it. I'm doing a lot more photos, street photography at those tighter focal lengths, 50, 75 equivalent full frame. I like building those subframes and isolating my subjects, and this lens is perfect for that. Next up, the 18mm to 55mm kit lens, f2.8 to f4. This was the first Fujifilm lens I owned, and I gotta say, for a kit lens, this thing is phenomenal. I don't think I've ever used a kit lens that produced images that were so high quality. It really is like owning all of the Fujicrons in one lens. I think you could totally get by with only owning this lens. The reason it's so crucial in my lineup is because of the optical image stabilization. I use this lens mostly for video work on my Fujifilm X-E4, and that image stabilization is crucial because there's no IBIS in the X-E4. So this kind of makes videography possible. There's no way I could ever get rid of it. This is gonna be permanently in my lineup for Fuji lenses. The last lens I guess I can touch on is this Voigtlander. This is the 21mm f4 color scope R lens. I am hesitant to bring it up because I've actually posted it to be sold. I like it a lot. I think it's beautiful. I mean, it looks just classic on the X-E4. Whenever I have this lens on and I'm rocking the X-E4, I always get people who ask me if it's a Leica.
Is that a Leica?
No.
It's not. What is it?
Fujifilm.
Which, as a poor little Fujifilm owner, that makes me very happy. So, for now it's in the lineup. When it gets sold, but until then, I'm going to take full advantage and I'm going to use it. Yeah, that's all the lenses I have in my lineup. The last thing I want to touch on is this. This is my tech pouch. It's from a company called Twad, I believe. I have no idea how you pronounce that. $10 on Amazon for this, and it's really important to my workflow. In here I have all of my batteries, all of my SD cards, chargers, adapters, a portable battery, card readers, pretty much anything you can think of that doesn't go anywhere else. It goes in this tech pouch, and I can really easily move this from bag to bag, which basically means all of my bags are ready to go whenever. This is one of the most important pieces of gear I own. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I'm rocking with in 2022. In 2021, I feel like I really stepped up my game, and a big part of that I attribute to was switching to Fujifilm, and my goal is to continue that momentum into 2022 and keep improving as a creator, hopefully improve a little bit as a YouTuber. I really want to bring more content to this channel. I think I have a lot of original ideas for street photography content that I can hopefully bring to YouTube. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
All the summer beats.